I'm sure you know that staircase is an integral part of modern buildings today, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to create a staircase details in Autodesk Revit. So I'm going to be guiding you on the step-by-step process of modeling the staircase and using some nice tools to show the information pertaining to that staircase, including the details of the threads, the risers, the balusters and the handrails. So if you haven't done so, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel for more content like this, also hit the notification bell to get notified once we release new videos like this, because we do that on a weekly basis. Without any further ado, we are going to jump right into the main content of this video. Alright, so we have our model here we'll be working with. So we're going to be quickly creating our staircase. So to do that, we're going to go to DPC first. Okay, so now we're in DPC, we have an area, a sector we want to use to create the stairway. So now what we are going to do is we're going to go to architecture. Under this architecture, we're going to go over to this stair icon here, illustration of a staircase. So we're just going to click on it and we're going to start creating our staircase. But before we start creating anything, we're going to click on this edit type. We're going to first select the kind of staircase we want. We could use precast, we could use normal metal plate stringers, but now we want to use this monolithic staircase. So we are going to make sure our constraints are set well. The base level is at DPC, the top level is at first floor, which is what we want. The desired number of staircase, we're also going to edit it, because this desired number of staircase directly affects the actual riser of the height. So currently the actual riser height is 175 millimeters. So if the current desired number of staircase is 18, so if we increase the number to about 20, you are going to see the risers will reduce. So as you can see, the riser height is now 157. So we're just going to change this to 21, so the riser height will be 150 as it's meant to be. So now we are going to create our stairway. So we have many tools of creating staircases in Revit. So usually the one I prefer is this create by sketch. So I'm just going to select it. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw some boundary lines, because we have three sectors. We have the boundary, the riser and the stair part. So we're going to start from the boundary, and from the name it implies we're going to draw the boundary of our staircase. Let's draw a line to 4.2 meter, draw another one to 4.2 meter here. Then we're just going to use this offset tool and we're just going to offset 1.2 meter. Then once we've offset this, we're just going to quickly trim this and we're going to trim to fit. So now we're going to click on this riser. So this riser, as the name implies, we're going to use it to sketch out the risers, so it appears in a black line. So we're just going to sketch it. We're going to click on offset. We're going to offset this by 300 and we're just going to be offsetting this, offsetting this, offsetting this. Now we have offset some, we could just click on this and we could just copy some. So let's select this, all these four here, click on copy, and we're just going to copy this and copy this. Now we're going to delete these two redundant ones. So now we are just going to select all of this and we're going to use this mirror tool by sketch and drawing axis. We're going to select this center point, a triangle icon is going to appear, then we're just going to mirror it. So now we've mirrored it, we're going to see an indication here. This indication shows us the risers created and the ones remaining. So we have -1 remaining, meaning we created too many risers. So we're just going to click on one riser and delete it. Then we're going to make sure we use this trim tool and trim this. So now our staircase is almost ready. The final thing to do is to create this stair part. So this stair part is actually the part in which the staircase will flow. So now what we're going to do, we're just going to use these pick line tools and we're going to click on this offset and offset it at 600, since our staircase is 1.2 meter in width. So we're just going to pick here and pick here. Then we're going to use the trim tool to trim it. So now we are going to click finish and we have created our stairway. So you are going to see the direction the stairway is going, so you are just going to confirm it. Now another thing I want to edit in this stairway, I want to edit some properties of this monolithic staircase. So I'm just going to click on edit type. So now I'm going to be editing stuff like adding threads on the monolithic staircase. So of course the monolithic material is concrete, lightweight, this is good, all these are checked. So we're going to first click on this thread to add a thread. We're going to make the thread thickness 10 millimeters. Then we're going to add the thread profile. We're just going to be using stair thread and we're going to be selecting it. We're going to add some nosing profile. We're going to look for 30 mm radius nosing and we're just going to leave the nosing profile. We're just going to put 10 here for now. Okay, so we are going to make sure that this apply nosing profile is set at front only. We are going to click on apply, we are going to click OK, and we are going to click on finish. Then our staircase is going to form. So now we have created a staircase. If you go to this 3D view, you are going to see the staircase we've created, so you can see how it is looking. you can see all the risers and this. Okay, so now I'm just going to select this. I'm going to click on edit type, then I'm going to edit the staircase type. So I'm just going to click on this monolithic run, and I'm going to try and change this thread profile. So I'm just going to try and change it back to default and see whether it's going to work well. So I think I'm better off with this default because it's kind of merges better with the staircase itself instead of that stringer thread I used before, which is all good. So now you can see our staircase, we have created it. So now we want to start working on some details. So before we start working, what we are going to do is we are going to drag all the views we want to do on sheet. So we are going to first create our sheet. So we are going to go on that sheet, we are going to right click on new sheet. We are going to be using the A3 tutorial sheet I used before. Then now we are just going to give this sheet a name. Let's just give it and click on rename. We are going to change the sheet number to A001 since it's the first sheet, and we are going to, okay, let me use caps lock. Then we are going to name it staircase details. Okay, so I'm just going to click OK. All right, so now we have done this. I'm just going to click on this. I'm going to go to this DPC, then I'm going to go back to this sheet, and I'm going to drag this DPC first. Then I'm going to place it here. So now what I want to do is I'm going to drag in all the views I want to create one by one as I'm creating them. So currently this is at scale 1:100. If we're showing a staircase details, we want it at a bigger scale. So I'm going to click on this view scale icon here under this properties panel and change this to scale 1:50. Okay, so now we've done this, we know our DPC is created. So I'm just going to click on this. I'm going to click on this view title with line. I'm going to just call it no title, so it will just be the view only. Okay, so now we are done with we have brought in the plan on the sheet. We are going to go to this plan by simply double clicking, then we are going to create a section. To do that, we are going to go under views, we are going to click on this section, then we are just going to create a section from here. So we are just going to click on this two-way icon to make the section view this range. We are going to drag the section. We are going to click on this zigzag icon so it won't interfere with the actual structure. So now before we move further, we are going to be adding some graphics to this floor plan. We are going to go clicking on VV to access the visibility graphics panel. We are going to go down. We are going to go under this wall column first, and we are going to be adding some footprints to the wall. So I'm going to click on this override under this cut patterns. Then I'm going to click on this drop down icon. I'm going to select brick wall. I'm going to click OK. So now under these lines, I'm going to pick the lines. I'm going to change the override the line weight to 0.6, and I'm going to click OK, apply, and OK. So now I'm going to hit TL to be able to see the thickness of lines on this drawing. Okay, so now the sections have been created and we have done some little graphics work on the plan. We're just going to go under these views, this project browser. We're going to go to this section and we're going to drag in this section. Okay, so now we've dragged in this section. You're going to see the section of the stairway we created. So we're just going to place it somewhere here. All right, so now this is done. We are just going to click on it and we're going to do some little graphics work. First of all, we are going to click on this viewpoint here, this view visibility crop region here. We're going to go over here and we're going to click on hide crop region. Then we're going to select this reference plane here. We're going to right click and we're going to hide in view by element. So we're going to click on these levels here. We're going to select it. We're going to click on override graphics in view by category, and we're just going to make sure we have done it. Okay, then we're going to click on VV, the visibility graphics panel. So we're going to be editing some things. So firstly, we're going to go under this wall. So we're going to change the pattern and we're going to override the pattern as we did for the floor plans. So we're going to select this. We're also going to click OK. We're going to go to the lines and we're going to override the weight to 0.6. Click OK, click apply. We're also going to go to the floors too, because we want the floors to have some concrete feel on it, which apparently from this view it doesn't have yet. So we're just going to go to floors. Then under these floors, we're going to go to override pattern. Then we're just going to look for a concrete material, click on it, click apply, override the thickness, make the thickness of the same with the walls, the thickness the same with the wall. So now we have done some basic settings. We could just click on this again, click on this level, and we're just going to uncheck this second level head, so everything will be unified. We're going to click on this zigzag icon to just drop down this level so it will not be interfering graphically. Okay, so now this is done. We're just going to click on this. We're going to go over to this viewpoint and change it to view no title. So now we have created the section and we have created the floor plan. So now what we want to do is we're going to go back to this section and we're going to do a blow up. So this blow up, we're going to do a blow up of this region. In this region, we're going to show some things. So we're just going to do blow ups. We're going to go under callout. You're going to go under this view tab here. Under this view tab, you're going to click on callout. You're going to click on callout by rectangle. You can use by sketch, but this is just a simple callout. So we're going to do by rectangle. So once you have created this callout, you are going to see it's going to appear here where the section is going to appear as section callout 1. Let me just drag this project browser well so you'll be able to see it. So now we have created it. We're just going to click on it and we're going to drag it. Okay, let's just click out of the section. By doing that, I just double click outside anywhere on your screen to exit the view from this sheet, so you'll be able to pick this as views on the sheet. So I'm just going to click on this and I'm going to drag it here. Okay, so now this is the call out of this staircase, but I feel it should be at a bigger scale, so I'm going to click on it and I'm going to change it from scale 1:25, and let me try scale 1:10. Okay, and I think scale 1:10 can actually work. Then I'm going to click on this again and I'm just going to change this to no title for now. I'm still going to bring back the titles, but not now. So now finally, the final thing I'm going to do for this staircase is I'm going to edit. Final thing I'm going to do, but now I'm going to bring in the 3D view or the axonometric view. So I'm going to go under this 3D views. I'm just going to go over this 3D here under this coordinates in the project browser. Then now I'm going to right click and click on duplicate view, duplicate with detailing. So now I'm just going to right click and rename this view staircase 3D or axonometric view. Okay, so now I've renamed it axonometric view. I'm now going to start working on this. So firstly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all these levels and this, and I'm going to select right click and hide in view by elements. So now this is out of the way. Now everything is clear. I'm just going to click on this corner icon here. Like I'm going to go over this box toggle. I'm going to select this corner point here. Once I go select this corner point, I'm going to hit GD to access the graphics display option. I'm going to turn on smooth shadows, go to shadows, cast shadows, show ambient shadows, go to lighting, increase the lighting to 90, the ambient light to 40, reduce the shadows to 10, click on in light settings. I'm going to click on sunlight from top to right. I'm going to change this azimuth angle to 185. Then I'm just going to click apply and I'm going to click OK, and I'm going to click apply and I'm going to click OK. So now I've done this, I'm now going to go over here and I'm going to go over to this properties panel here and I'm going to click on section box. Okay, so now I've clicked on this section box. I'm just going to click on this and I'm going to drag this from one side. So I'm going to access one point of this section box. So now I've done this, I'm just click on this section box, right click and hide in view by elements. By hiding it, the section box still exists and is still active. You're just hiding it in view. Okay, so now I'm going to go over to this sheet again. I'm going to click on this sheet. I'm going to click on this ski sheet. Okay, they are going to ask me whether I want to save project, which I'm going to do. All right, so now we've saved it. We're just going to go over this axonometric view and we're just going to drag it here. So now this axonometric view, of course the scale is too small, so we're just going to click on this and we're just going to click on this and change the scale to scale 1:50. All right, so now we have changed the scale. We're just going to rotate it and place it very well. Okay, so now on the second thought, we are going to be dragging in, or we're going to be bringing in back the titles of these views. Okay, so it will be well informative, it will be very informative. So what we are going to do is, because the titles of these views are too big, so we're going to be editing them. Okay, so now we are going to look at this one. We're going to click on this view, we're going to click on edit type. So we're going to take note of the view M title view. We're going to make sure we have noted the view and we're going to click OK. So now we are just going to minimize this. We're going to minimize this. We're going to click on all these minus icons to minimize this, so we will not be convoluted with all the icons appearing on screen. So we're just going to click on this families icon. We're going to click on this plus icon here. We're going to go under annotation symbols. Under this annotation symbols, we are going to the viewpoint is, so we are going to look for view title. We're going to see it here, right click on edit, then we're going to edit this view title. Okay, so now we are just going to change this. We're going to click on edit type. We're going to change this to 3. We're going to change the text font to Beber's Newer, so it's going to be looking very small and compact. So now it's looking very small. We're going to change this the circumference, or sorry, the radius of this to about 3.4 or 3.2. Then after changing it, we are going to drag this view name close here. We are going to click on this view scale. We are going to click on edit type. We are going to change it to 2. We are going to change it to Beber's Newer 2. Okay, and we're going to click OK. So we're going to drag this here. So now we are just going to click on load into project. No, we are going to click on override existing burn. So now you can see all the view names here, so we're just going to drag this here so you can see how optimized and compact it is. We're just going to arrange it by clicking on this point here. Then we're just going to arrange this well. So we're going to click on this, we're going to click on this drop down icon, and we're going to click on title with line again, so the title will appear again. So now we are just going to place the title close to it but not too close. Then we're just going to arrange it. The same for this floor plan here. We're going to click on it and we're going to click on this drop down icon and click on title with line, and we're going to place it somewhere close. Click on this, change it to title with line, and we're going to place it somewhere close. All right, so now we've done this, we're just going to arrange it here. So now we are going to be working on each of these views. We're going to be annotating it and we're going to be dimensioning it. So let's start with the plan. So currently we don't have any name on this space now. So to do that, we are going to go to architecture, we are going to go to rooms. Under these rooms we are going to be able to create a room. So we are going to set all the limits of those rooms. So we're going to change this upper limit from DPC, we're going to change it to first floor, change this limit offset to 0. Then we're just going to tag a room here. So now we've created a room, we're just going to click on this tag room. So this tag room will give us provision to tag the room. Okay, so currently if I click on this tag room now, I'm going to just see tag room. So I'm going to click on this drop down and change it to room tag with area, so we're also going to see the area, but this is not looking graphically outstanding. So I'm going to click on this and I'm going to click on edit family. So I'm going to edit this tag. So of course I'm going to go over here first. I'm going to go under view. Under this view I'm going to go to visibility graphics, annotation categories, and I'm going to click on this show annotation categories in this view. Then I'm going to click on apply and I'm going to click OK. So firstly I'm just going to select this line here, or I'm just going to hover around one, click on tab, select all this box, delete it, delete this. I'm going to delete this volume. I'm going to drag this area here and I'm going to drag this room name here. So I'm going to click on edit type. I'm going to change this to Beber's Nowhere. Then I'm going to edit the text font to 2.4. Then I'm going to click OK. Then now I'm going to select this area. I'm going to click on edit type. I'm going to click on duplicate and I'm going to change this to 1.5. Then I'm going to change the color from black to red. Okay, so I'm going to load it back into the project now and I'm going to click on override existing version. Okay, so now in this compact we can now name this stairway. Alright, so now we have given the staircase name. What we are going to do is we are now going to go to annotate and we are going to number the thread. So we are just going to go over here, this thread number. We are just going to try and number this thread now. So all the numbers of the thread will come out. Then we are going to go to annotate, we are going to go to align. So we are going to create a good dimension. We are going to click on edit type. We are going to click on duplicate. So under this duplicate, we are just going to name this 01 in dimension, DIM. Then we're going to click it. So we're going to quickly edit parameters of this dimension. We're going to change this witness line control from fixed to dimension line. We're going to change this witness line extension to 1. We're going to click this witness line length to 1. Okay, then we're going to change the dimension text size to 1.4. Okay, then after changing it, we're going to click on this text font and we're going to change it to Century Gothic. I think everyone should have Century Gothic. You can download the TRT file. Then I'm going to click apply and I'm going to click OK. So now I'm just going to click on dimension and I'm going to give this an overall dimension first. Okay, so let me just give the space an overall dimension. Then I'm going to dimension the major aspect of this stairway. Okay, then after that I'm just going to click on dimension. I'm going to dimension all the risers. Okay, then I'm going to do the same here. Okay, then I'm going to also dimension the overall dimension here, and I'm going to dimension this, the windows, and I'm going to dimension the width of the stair run. Then I'm also going to dimension this. And I'm also going to dimension from here, and I'm going to dimension this door. Okay, so now I think we're done with the floor plan. We could go to annotate, we could add some spot elevations. Okay, so now we could just drag the spot elevation here, so we know the spot elevation of the space. So as you can see, I think we're done with the floor plan. Then let's just go over this project browser here. We're going to minimize this family so it will not be interfering with other views. So now we are going to maximize some of these views we minimize. We are going to click on this plus icon for all these architectural views. Okay, so now we are going to go to this section 1. Okay, so now we are going to be working on this section 1. So we're going to click on this callout here. We are going to right click, override graphics in view by category, and we're just going to halftone it. Okay, so as you can see now, you can see that this staircase is actually not looking pronounced like it should, at least the part where we cut through in the section. If you go back to this floor plan, let's go back to the DPC. If you go back to this floor plan, we are going to see we cut through here. So let's just go back to this section. So now we are seeing this section is not actually pronounced like it should. So what we are going to do is we are going to go to VV visibility graphics, and we are just going to look for staircase. Under this stairs, so we are going to see stairs. We are just going to put under this line cut. We are going to put the line width, and we are going to put it at 6. Click on OK, click on apply, and click on OK. Okay, so now we've done this in this section. We're just going to go to architecture. We're now going to go to tag room, and we're just going to tag this room here. So under this tag room, we're going to click on this tag, and we're just going to tag with volume. Okay, we actually deleted the volume, so we're just going to leave the tag with only the area. So we're now going to go to annotate. We're going to go to dimension. We're going to give this an overall dimension. We're going to dimension from here, so we're going to be getting the vertical dimensions. Okay, then we're also going to dimension here. Alright, so now we're also going to be dimension this angle. We are just going to click on, instead of this align, we're going to click on angular. So under this angular, we're going to click on edit type, and we're going to edit some basic parameters of this angular dimension just to match our normal dimension. So we are just going to change this to 1.5, the text size to 1.5, and we are going to change this text font to Century Gothic. Then we're going to click on apply, okay, and we're just going to dimension this angular dimension here, which is 26.57 degree. Okay, so now finally we're going to go to align now, and we're just going to dimension these levels. Okay, after dimension these levels, we could even give this the overall dimension. Okay, so I think we're done with this section. So now what we're going to do is we're now going to be working on this call out where we did the call out. So I'm just going to double click on it. Okay, double clicking on it to edit it. So I'm just going to go to the call out view under this object. So the first thing I'm going to do is, as usual, I'm going to go over this turn off crop region. So we're not going to be seeing the crop region. So now we can see the floor slab, we could see the staircase right. So if I click on this review hidden elements, I could just click on this crop region and increase it. So I'm going to see some more things to work on in these details. Okay, then I'm going to click on it. So now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be editing this staircase. So you can see that there is conflict here. So to resolve it, I'm going to click on this staircase edit type. I'm going to click on this monolithic run. Then I'm just going to click on this nosing length, and I'm going to increase the nosing length to 15, and I'm going to click on apply. Okay, apply. So you can see now I've increased it to 15. Everything is looking without any issue. So now we can now detail this nosing length. We can detail everything here. Okay, so firstly we're just going to go to annotate, because we want this whole thing to form a single concrete unit. So we're going to go to annotate, we're going to go to region, we're going to go to field region. So under this field region, we're going to click on this drop down icon, and we're going to look if there is a concrete. Since there is no concrete field region, we're going to create our own. So I'm just going to click on this edit in place. I'm going to click on duplicate, and I'm going to name this 01 concrete. Okay, then I'm going to click OK. Then I'm going to change this field region to concrete, and I'm going to click OK. Click OK. Then I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to change this to wide lines. So now I'm now going to be drafting in some lines just to represent this concrete. Okay, so now I'm just going to click on finish. So now this has formed a single concrete unit. I think we can now start doing some of our dimensions. So we're going to use the normal dimension from here to about here. Okay, so we're also going to dimension the thickness of this thread tiles. Then we're also going to do the same for this radius here. We're also going to do the same for this angular from this length here. we're going to dimension here and dimension here. So now we are going to be giving specific dimensions. We're going to dimension this, we're also going to dimension this here. Okay, so now this is just to get the intricate details of each of these stairs. That is why it's called a blow up. So we are going to see the intricate details of these risers. Okay, so now we're basically done with this. We're going to go back to this sheet and we're going to start some specifications. So now you can see the section, you can see the 3D. So now we're going to be writing some specifications, and these specifications we're going to be writing it here. So firstly, we're going to start with the risers, okay, or the threads. So we're going to go to annotate. Under this annotate, we're just going to click on normal text. So we're just going to click on this edit type. We're going to duplicate and we're going to call this 01 text 1. Okay, so now we've done this, we're going to click on OK. We're going to edit the font style to Beber's Newer. Then we're going to edit the font to 2. Okay, so now we are going to start. We're just going to call this 150mm risers, concrete risers, or RC, that is reinforced concrete risers. Finished with marble tiles. Okay, then once we have placed this here, we're now going to make another specification. 300mm RC threads, reinforced concrete threads with marble tiles finish. Okay, so we are going to be making another specification. This time we are going to be making specification for the balusters. So we're just going to be naming this wrought iron or steel balusters. Okay, then once after specifying, we're now going to call this steel handrails. Okay, so these are just some few specifications. Of course, if your staircase is more complex, you could make some more detailed specification. So now we're just going to arrange this at a kind of centralized spot in this view drawing now. So we are just going to arrange this text here. So what we are going to do is we are going to click on this text now that starts with the risers. So we're just going to go over here. Once we click on this text, you are going to see this thing is going to highlight. So we're just going to click on this add left side. So we're just going to pick this and use it as a label to label here. Then we're going to arrange this in kind of a vertical and horizontal manner by dragging this dot here. So it's going to form a very rigid. So we could also click on this again to join it to another one. So we're just going to select a riser here and we're just going to annotate it here. Or rather, let's just select the riser from here and let's just point it at this point. So now, as you can see how this is pointing at two views at the same time, giving a very more informative view. So we're just going to click on this and we're going to do the same. We're going to drag this to this thread, or let's drag it here so it will be compact and arranged. Then we're going to click on this again to add and place another one here. Okay, so we're going to add this steel baluster. So we're going to click on this. So for this steel balusters, I'm going to want it to annotate from this elevation. Yeah, I'm going to annotate in this section and annotate in this 3D. So I'm just simply going to Ctrl Z. I'm just simply going to click on this text and I'm going to drag it somewhere here. Okay, so I'm also going to drag this somewhere here too. Okay, so now I'm just going to click on this and I'm just going to drag it to this point here. Steel handrails, I'm going to place this here. I'm going to arrange it well here, and I'm also going to click on this and I'm going to drag it somewhere here. Then I'm just going to fuse this here. The same thing for this. I'm going to click on this steel balusters. I'm going to click on this and I'm going to add this here, and I'm just going to drag this here. The same way I'm going to click on this and I'm just going to drag. Okay, Ctrl Z. I'm going to click on this and I'm going to drag this here. So it is going to locate the baluster. All right, so now we are done. We're just simply going to print. To do that, we're going to hit Ctrl P. Ctrl P, sometimes it takes some time, it lags. So we're just going to click on this select sheet. We're going to click on select. Okay, then we're going to click on this multiple. We're going to uncheck these 2 and 3D views. We're going to leave sheet. We have already created one sheet. We're going to select it and click on select. They said you want to save settings. No. Combine multiple, just in case. We're going to click on setup. Then we're going to make sure this is at landscape. We're going to click on this drop down A3, click on zoom, and we're going to click OK. Then we're going to click on OK and we're going to save the file where we want to save it. So I'm just going to locate where I want to locate it on my file explorer. Then I'm just going to save it as stair details. Then once I do this, I'm going to click on save and I'm going to wait for it to completely print. All right, so now our PDF is ready. Okay, Now you could see the staircase details, you could see all the views, you could see everything showing the parts of this staircase, which is very illustrative and very nice. Okay, so if this video was helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel for more content like this, because we release content like this on a weekly basis. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to join the notification squad. Share this video with your friends, because it will be helpful to them. And I'm going to wish you good luck till the next time we meet in the next video. Okay, have a nice day.